The building everyone warned you about. Few places inspire the same warning. Ask anyone who has wandered the hills outside Denbigh after sunset, and they'll tell you the same thing. Visit if you must. Take photographs if you dare. But don't stay after dark. As daylight fades, the enormous Victorian hospital seems to change. Empty windows become watching eyes. Long corridors disappear into impossible darkness. Every broken doorway feels as though someone has just stepped beyond it, waiting for silence to settle once again. Urban explorers have entered these abandoned halls carrying cameras, flashlights, and plenty of confidence. Many leave with stories they struggle to explain. Some speak of distant footsteps echoing through deserted wards. Others describe doors moving without wind, sudden cold spots in sealed rooms, or voices that vanish the moment they are followed. Whether those experiences are tricks of the mind or something else remains impossible to prove. There are whispers of forgotten wards locked for decades. Rumors of patient records that can no longer be found. Stories passed from one explorer to another until no one remembers where the truth ends and imagination begins. Every cracked wall seems to guard another unanswered question. But the greatest mystery isn't hiding inside the shadows. It isn't a ghost caught on camera. It isn't an unexplained sound recorded in the middle of the night. The real mystery is how a place built with compassion slowly became one of Britain's most haunting abandoned hospitals. Behind every chilling legend lies a documented history filled with hope, overcrowding, changing medicine, broken lives, and decades of silence. Before people feared what might still walk these corridors, thousands of real men and women walked them every single day. And once you discover what truly happened inside these walls, you may find that the ghosts are the least frightening part of the story. A hospital built with hope. Long before abandoned corridors became the subject of ghost stories, these grounds represented something far more remarkable. When North Wales Hospital opened its doors in 1848, it wasn't created to imprison people. It was built to give them something many had never received before: understanding, dignity, and the chance to recover close to home. For years, countless Welsh patients suffering from mental illness had been sent across the border to English institutions. Many couldn't communicate comfortably with the very doctors and nurses responsible for their care. Reformers believed healing began with something as simple as being understood in your own language. That belief inspired the construction of a hospital unlike any Wales had seen before. Designed by architect Thomas Full-James, the impressive Victorian complex stood proudly above Denbigh, surrounded by open countryside that physicians believed could calm troubled minds. Fresh air, sunlight, structured routines, and meaningful work were considered essential parts of treatment. At the time, these ideas reflected genuine medical progress rather than punishment. As the years passed, the hospital expanded alongside Britain's growing understanding of mental health. New wards stretched across the estate. Workshops echoed with skilled hands learning trades. Farms provided food while offering patients purposeful daily routines. There were kitchens, laundries, recreation grounds, a chapel, and homes for staff. What began as a hospital slowly evolved into an entire community, functioning almost like a small self-contained town hidden behind impressive stone walls. Thousands of lives became connected to this extraordinary place. Patients arrived hoping for recovery. Doctors believed they were helping. Nurses devoted their careers to caring for those society often misunderstood. Families visited carrying hope that loved ones would one day return home. For a time, that hope felt real. But as patient numbers continued rising far beyond what the original buildings had ever been designed to hold, quiet cracks began appearing beneath the optimism. The mission remained the same, yet the reality inside those walls was beginning to change in ways no architect, doctor, or reformer could have imagined. Behind closed doors. From the outside, North Wales Hospital looked like a place of order. Every brick suggested stability. Every tower projected confidence. Yet beyond those heavy doors, daily life was becoming far more complicated than anyone had imagined. Each morning followed a strict routine. Bells echoed through the wards before sunrise. Patients washed, dressed, ate together, and were assigned daily activities. Some worked on the hospital's farms, growing food that helped sustain the vast institution. Others repaired furniture in workshops, cleaned corridors, prepared meals, or tended gardens. Doctors believed purposeful work could restore confidence and provide structure to troubled minds, while nurses and attendants struggled to care for hundreds of people with vastly different needs. For many patients, these routines offered comfort and a sense of belonging. For others, the hospital became a world they would never leave. As the decades passed, admissions continued to rise. Buildings originally planned for only a few hundred people were eventually expected to accommodate many more. Wards grew crowded. Privacy became increasingly rare. Staff faced impossible demands, trying to balance compassion with limited resources and an ever-growing population. Medical knowledge also evolved dramatically. Treatments considered progressive in one generation were questioned by the next. Sedative medications, hydrotherapy, insulin therapies, electroconvulsive treatment, and, in some cases, psychosurgical procedures reflected the changing beliefs of their time. Many were introduced with genuine hopes of easing unbearable suffering, yet history would later judge some practices far more critically than the physicians who first embraced them. Life inside the hospital depended largely on when a patient arrived, what illness they carried, and which doctor directed their care. Some improved enough to return home. Others remained for years, even decades, gradually watching the outside world continue without them. Friendships formed inside the wards. Families drifted apart. Birthdays passed unnoticed. Entire lives unfolded within walls that were never meant to become permanent homes.